What up, my devil? Sensei Tutum here with another video for you. So, doing my Tutum Thursdays focuses on trading in and around trades, and it's quite a lot to give away for the public YouTube, but this is what I want to do. So I always have to sort of keep a little back and not talk about too much, but you're getting quite a lot of bang for your $0 here. But in that vein, also peeling back and letting you guys look inside the Discord a little bit with these free videos, peeling back a little bit more. Typically, almost every day of the week, Sam does a poll with the members, says, show me your charts, what do you got? And he'll basically critique your account and give you his ideas on a chart. And we release videos like that almost every day. So in that vein, I went ahead and did a poll with the members last night, but I asked to focus around trades because that's what I care about on these Thursday videos, not necessarily where the market's going. Not that we can't talk about that a little bit. And I got quite behind today, so running late, going to try to fly through these. Any event, we've got this Amazon trade here, and he just simply showed this 50% pullback to algo target. He said 2, but we didn't make 2. I pulled this wrong. Yeah, we didn't make algo 2. We just made algo 1. So algo target 1, and this was a great trade. But is it a great trade just because you got, I got a 50% pullback? We got a lot of members that will trade the measured move that way. Just 50% pullback, I'm in. It's not for me. I like to try to improve my odds just a little bit. You get stopped out a lot this way, which is totally fine because once you get in the right side of the trend, you can just follow it until it's over, and they pay better. So I'm not critiquing people that do that. It's just not for me. But even for my style of trading, this was a good trade. And why? Well, because of the context around it. I always look at the context. Algos don't consider context, right? So this 50% pullback had nothing to do with context. But what do we have here? We had a motive wave, the looks of a motive wave, an upward trend with this nice trend line to establish that. We have a stiff break of that trend line and then the retest right at the 50. It's almost like it's on accident, right? But it's not. And then, in addition to that, we have the context of this triangle. And, these are things that we had been talking about in the Discord. We had this count going all the way along. We had this triangle going here. And triangles are so freaking strong for your trading. Not to, as I showed with the silver a few weeks ago, they're not exactly a high probability trade from within. They're a very high reward potential trade from within. Of course, you have trades outside of the triangle. And of course, I talked about the retest of the trend line. You can see that you had that right here for, because of the triangle, because of the nature of the triangle, you know that you're getting this wave out of it. And then, you're going to correct all of this off of it. And if you want to know more about that, you got to join the Discord. Not giving full-on lessons here. But so we knew that we were correcting all of this especially once we broke this trend line, retested the trend line. It was a great short. So it didn't make target 2. And if you were going to try to ride that trend down, you would have pulled from here, and you have broken that. Although now, see, I didn't have the customer's count up. I wanted to do that. He's got this. I think he had this. Something like that. And basically he's trying to insinuate that it's not over. I think that is an incorrect assumption. Could very well be the case, although this is a 3-wave move here, so this can't be a C. So this can't be a W, because this would need to be a C for this to be a W, et cetera, et cetera. But besides the point, I'm just saying it could go down from here, but you shouldn't assume that. We only assume a complex when we haven't formed an adequate net retracement of the previous wave, which we certainly have done here, right? It's a market trace that we don't get deep in a price or fib retracement level. It's just a market trade of the big caps of the indices, and this is freaking Amazon, so it's damn near an indice itself. So we've almost gotten a 382 retracement, absolutely adequate. Broken the channel of the upward trend of the motive of the previous motive, absolutely adequate. Small, don't get me wrong, small, but you have to take into account the market traits, right? And, I say this in training videos all the time, teach you guys how to consider your individual market, which is what I'm doing here, right? And then, of course, the fact that we finished around the low, not the end. The end is up here at the E, but the low of the previous wave 4. It's an adequate retracement. So it is folly to expect a complex when you've performed a adequate retracement of the previous wave. So moving on. Next one's going to be, of course, I'm going to screw this name up. Xiaomi. I think it's Xiaomi. So this is the customer's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Zoom out here. Hadn't been around that long. For you traditional technical analysis people, I am not one of those, because there's no reason to be if you're Elliott, because it's just kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's Elliott without rules, essentially. I mean, if you're going to do pattern analysis, let's stick to Elliott, because every single pattern can be explained better by Elliott than traditional TA, in my opinion. Oops. But look at this. There's your cup and handle going in, right? So this does actually look pretty good. I have no idea what this is. It's another traditional Xiaomi. Sounds Chinese. So this is his count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No overlap. But this doesn't, and this is his target entry. And I actually do like this for a target entry. I do. But I don't like this count, not at all. Because if we go, yeah, I hate this count. There's a 382. Well, if this is his count, if his count is correct, I don't hate this entry zone. And if what I'm thinking is correct, I don't hate that entry zone either. Oops. Sorry. Don't want to spend too much time on this. Because this could all be a series of 1-2s, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Although this isn't overlapped yet. And then if it breaks, if it does overlap, it's going to break this. Finding support here. I hate this as a 3 for this one too. It doesn't overlap. It does form a 382 retracement. That extends. But look at the volume. This isn't an extended fifth wave. It's not. So I'm going to say this is a series of 1-2s. Maybe this is 1-2, and then we can get a 1-2 out of here. That would be ideal, although I'm looking at the count now. It looks more like 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 setting up, which is much more bullish. I don't know what the hell this is. But see all this volume back down here, and we have decreasing volume. Makes me nervous. Of course, if this is the case, that this is all one wave, you have to take into account that this is, a possible, no matter what, no matter how impulsive it looks, let's just call this a motive wave altogether instead of 1-2, 1-2. Let's just do that for the purposes of this video. I'll let you guys consider it more, but you always have to consider that it's a completed three-wave move, which could mean going down from there. But let's say that it's not. Let's say that it's a 1-2, 1-2. I'm having a hard time to let myself call this not a three-wave move here, which is fine. And we are expanding. So what if this is 1-2, 1-2, and this is 1-2? This is three waves, man. So I see why he did it the way he did it. So if we do get down to his zone, one way or another, I think that's okay. If this is another 1-2, though, if this is 2 1-2s, you're going to want to not break this channel, the low of this channel. So really, I'd want to be a buyer up here. And then, of course, if you're going to pull off this wave, for that 1-2, we've already hit the 50, caught support there. And, of course, you're going to have algo play there, you would expect. You'll probably have them in this neighborhood too. To be honest, I want to be up in this area, and I want to see that I have a very nice clear 3-wave within here to finish. This is clearly at the, well, we do have a nice 3-wave. This is a very nice 3-wave to this point. Actually, it's a 5-wave, isn't it? Because this makes a new low. This doesn't overlap. So actually, this is 5 swings. Keep it simple, guys. This is 5 swings. So really, we're expecting like this. I made that way too big. Sorry. We're expecting more like something like this. So, yeah, I'd want to move that up. Expect that this should be another 1, 2. If we get down to this area here where you had your hot box, I am concerned. So, and this is, we're out here on the bigger time frames. I would say in the immediate, what I would think of as trading degree, I would say, is this an impulse? So if this is a 5-wave down, did we get a motive wave out of it? Once we complete the motive wave, then we're looking for a C3 trade off of that, something like this. And that's all you need to do. And that's all you care about when you're trading is trading degree. 1 hour chart. I'm happy to call that a trading degree for the purposes of these videos. This is what I'd be looking for. Of course, I'd want to make sure that's motive. So moving on, we got 2 more charts. All right, we got the Russell 2000 small cap index. So he thinks it's going to the moon. Wants to take a 50. Wants to take a 50 pullback here. I like this idea, especially because if you get in here on the, let's go down to our 1 hour trading degree. And this, again, that's all that matters, but, easily see a case for 5 swings in here. This could continue on, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like we're putting in a 5th, an extended 5th potentially. If this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So you come down, test this area here before going off. I could see that. But I could also see it continue to extend before it does retrace. But I do like the idea of probably longing a retracement of this. I like that idea. This is really bad. This is not a valid Elliott wave count. I guess he had it as a diagonal because this overlaps. There's so many things wrong with it. Won't even get into it necessarily, but there's rule violations all over the place. I'll talk to him directly about that so he knows. But again, I don't give lessons away for free. But this is not an Elliott wave count. But yeah, I do like this trade. Absolutely. If it, like, let's say it retraces here. Yeah, absolutely. You're with the trend. You got a clean 5-wave. 3C, baby. All right, one more. VIP shop. Whatever the heck this is. So this is the customer's work. I love this pitchfork. 3 recent pivots. Shows, and I said this in a public video already. So in that Bitcoin video I did for Sam when he was gone on last 2 Fridays ago, something like that. I love a pitchfork median line that shows as relevant before we actually even draw the swings. This is a very relevant median line. So the fact that price would be coming back to it, I love that. Now the only thing about that is, of course, I'm gonna go extended, and it's gonna screw the lookup. We could be putting in a weird 3-wave here. We just don't have an adequate time retracement here. So this is when you start thinking about putting your, a W, right? Or A of a flat kind of thing, right? I do see a trade opportunity coming up, but I would not think that, say when it turns around here that the next stop is moon. Because, boom, let's see here. Boom. Oops. This is his count, by the way. I probably would have done a little different. We'll go from his dominant. We have broken just barely the channel. I'd like to make a more significant break of that. So I would definitely like to make a more significant break. And then, but price-wise, we've got a pretty good price retracement. Damn near 50. So I do like a bounce coming up, but I'm thinking this is more where you get like a sideways. Or, maybe you even get something like that. We'll have to see. But I do like this for a bounce play potentially. You got to get down closer to the 1 hour. You know, I always like to say stay with the trend. We do have this established trend here, but this has been quite the stiff drop. So I would really want to see signs for entry, which you are getting signs of a bottom here, like big time. Big time. So I don't mind an entry here. I just don't necessarily like it for, especially if we get to that median, baby. And median doesn't mean you hit the median, it's going to bounce. That's not what it means. It just means that you've hit this magnet, right? So then now price can do the next thing, right? So if it just barely bounces here, we still have this median pulling on it. We hit the median, you know, it's still pulling on it, but we might have what we need to get a nice trade out of it. What I was going to do is zoom out to the daily. All kinds of trade volume all inside of where we are, but really right in here. Yeah, I like this level for a bounce at least, but not at this degree for this 3C. I want to see a little bit more. I want this to me is a reactive wave. And at this degree of reactive wave, I'm okay to trade it. Now, if we were down on the hourly, like this degree of reactive, not interested in. But this degree, yeah. So, especially the A. All right, guys. Enough for this video. Took a couple member requests. Sorry there wasn't any crypto in there. Crypto's a little bit sideways at the moment, as you all know. We definitely have plenty of thoughts on it, though, in the Discord. So come on, join us. Check it out. All right, guys. Toot out.